Oh, I think it might actually be working. Okay. Well, this is exciting. So I have wasted what, 12:01, so about 20 minutes trying to get this stream to work. And I know it's terrible lighting, so you'll have to forgive me. Preston. While we were hanging out, I am getting some of this stuff set up real quick, and honestly keeping an eye too on some neighbors that just decides that it's okay to let their dog poo and then put their, at least they picked it up, I guess, but then put it in their or my neighbor's trash can. Whatever. So I do believe everything's up and running now. At least it should be. Now I have no idea if it's working properly, but let's discuss what's going on. Let me turn this around a little bit. If you guys are just popping in, don't know, my name is John Thetford, and I work at home in my garage, as you can tell. Today's project, though, which I've already done many, but I wanted to hop on, go live, and then also try to build a long-form format for this project that you see the material behind me. So I bought a bunch of cedar pickets, and I'm going to be building a custom shutter set, as well as a custom, very large, like 6 foot long by 3 foot high, by probably about a foot and a half deep planter box. So, and it's going in front of a client's house, which will be awesome. And we're going to attach some house numbers to it and all that fun stuff too. So I just figured we'd hop on, try to do a little streaming today, get all this new software set up. So I'm using OBS and what do you call it? A plugin called Stream Elements, which I just heard about, and I'm giving it a try. So I should be live on YouTube and also on Facebook. So unfortunately, my TikTok account won't connect, and I really don't feel like trying to use my phone or my kid's stolen iPad that I got was stole from him. Clarify. To go live on TikTok. So, anyways, we're gonna have these two platforms up and just kind of hang out. Now, what I'm going to do is, as you can see, or may have already seen, is we have my table set up, kind of halfway up the garage door there, and the planer. So I know it's not the best view. I am all corded up here with our camera and whatnot, but we're going to run all these boards through the planer. Sorry, I just walked in front of the fan. We're going to run all these boards through the planer. And while we're doing that, I'll be checking the monitors momentarily or systematically, whatever the right word is, to see if there's any questions or anything. But I figured we'd just hop on and hang out. So, and the reason being too is I'm just trying to build a business and do some amazing products for folks and really just kind of get my name out there. So really what I'm going to do now is load this dude in here and kind of get a good idea of how thick we already are. We'll start about there. So I think I have about 22 boards in here. We'll see if I can't get a good view of this. So if you can see, this is one that I've done a while ago. It's kind of an extra one that I had laying out that now I'm going to actually use for a sign. But this one, not ran through the planer, very rough. This one ran through the planer, very smooth. Obviously a little bit different looking colors and then also texture as well. So that's the desired look that we're going to go for off of the shutters as well as the planter box. And reason being is our client's home has kind of got a little bit more of that modern feel. So I didn't want to have everything rough. I want to make sure that it's all nice and smooth for them, even though it is going to be an outside product, and we're going to get it all stained up and looking really nice for them. So anyways, there's that. low enough yet. I don't know how loud this is in that, but don't worry, we're about to start getting it. Really not yet. There we go. Now we started getting something. My middle is still a little rough because the board's a little out of square. We're gonna run it through the other way. See if we catch anything. As suspected, we got the middle of the board. Yippee. I don't know what just happened there, but we are stuck or something. All right. Let's raise that up a little bit. Oh, there's a big old knot. That looks like we got stuck on the side. So, let's try this again. We'll come back to this board. Just a little bit more. Take a break from that noise for a minute. Ooh. I need some hearing protection. Okay. Well, we got a whole trash can full, so I'm going to put it in the big one now. And then we'll get everything kind of lined out to hit the other side. Looks so smooth on both sides. Gates are not a whole lot of sanding. Let's put those there. Yep. Sorry, I got all this stuff in the way. Go fishing with your brother? All right. Yeah. It appears nobody's on watching. That's fine. Nothing terribly exciting going on at the moment. that was a lot. Now we got to get everything cleaned up. But all of our boards are nice and smooth and the same thickness. So you can see on this one, there's still a little bit of a warp in it, but I'm not too worried about it. So it could be a little bit rough. That could be in the inside of our design. Need some help, bud? Yeah, I got a kiddo back there trying to get some fishing supplies. Okay. Just empty that out. Yeah, that's a big mess, huh? This is where having really good dust collection would come in handy. But a tiny little shop vac, not so much. Little trash can to the big trash can. Thinking I may have to spritz some water or something in there. Anybody knows if it'll catch fire just on the shavings, let me know. That'd be great. Terrible. That'd be my luck, though. I don't know why I'm sweeping. Where's my dustbin? Here we go. Let's get our big trash can. Whew. Good enough. All right. Bulk events out of the way. Where'd my blower go? From all the way back here. Hi, buddy. Are you helping Mama? Say hello, world. Yep. Oh, Massey. My shoes. I'm not looking at it. Oh, all right, much better. That's the only bad thing about using that thing. Gets everywhere. Huh? Uh, oh, goodness. All right. Now that we have all of our boards laying down, start setting up to do our cutting for our slats. Yeah. Yeah. So, I guess let's figure out a good camera angle for that. Uh-oh. I need longer cables or wireless cameras or hardwired cameras that I can just move around a lot better. Guess let's just come back here. Bear with me if you're watching this. And if you are, I hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah, I guess I need to flip it in the OBS or something. I'm gonna empty out my shoes. So, story time. I'm really sad for a few things. Number one, yesterday, show you. My beautiful Hey Dude flip flops decided to break. And these are my favorite ones. So this is the second pair though that I've had for less than 3 months because I wear them every day. That has fallen apart on me, so that sucks. And then also we got word that one of our orders was messed up on the embroidery, so now I'm wearing this around like my scarlet leather because I just can't sell it. So at any rate, we got the replacements coming in and we'll get those redone, which will be good. But towards doing business, sometimes you have good days and sometimes you have bad days. And I was hopeful to get these hats, for example, to our client before Friday. Or was it Friday? I can't even remember. Sometime last week, though. However, obviously that did not work out. So I had to reorder hats. And they, as a matter of fact, just got in before I started streaming. So that's sweet. And we'll get those out, get embroidered. So hopefully they'll be ready this Friday. Now, I said all those there, but that's not going to work. This is the bad thing about having just a garage and not a full-on like wood shop and what have you, because I have like nowhere to put anything. But I guess for now we'll set these ones here. Boys, have fun and be good. Little brother and big brother going fishing. Pretty cute. Let's try this again. Maybe I could just set these over here for right now. Okay. Now what I need to do is find my notebook for my drawing and remember what my measurements are. Okay, so here you are on or just hopping on, taking a look-sees. I am going to make some shutters. So this is kind of my rough sketch and measurements that I did. So they're roughly going to be just under 6 foot tall by like half an inch. Maybe about an inch. We'll see. And let's see here. My width on my slats. So it's going to be a very modern looking board. We're going to be going to 14 inches. So what I'm going to do is set up my table here to where I have a nice little stop block so I can have repeatable cuts. And I believe I already did all my measurements, so I just need to remember how many I need. Okay, so 24. Oh yeah, I wrote it down. Just cannot read my own stuff. Idiot. Okay, so we need 24 cut at 14. Check these out. Just finished them up this morning. I know they're a little hard to read. We're gonna do some more R&D on them. Because getting lit without getting bit. And they're old Jameson whiskey bottles. Figured it'd be better than nothing. Okay. These may be my trim pieces for the shutters from another project. I also have a different idea for those as well if I can pull it all off. All right, so now we need to run power. My allergies are bugging me, as always. And then inches from the blade. Not very far. Let's see what I have. How can I rig this up? What do I have? The other thing is I want to make sure that I'm getting good straight cuts too. So sorry for all the sniffles. Trying to think here. I just wish I had two different things. But I bet I can make this work right here. I have a good 2x4 under here. Do, but it's got screws. All right. BRB, I got to go get some supplies outside. out back. Okay, so here's that I can still talk on here. I just went and grabbed a bunch of 2x4s. We'll use a clamp to knock her down as well. First, we got to get up to height, which would be about there. So, good. Let's get these frames over here. Now, I am no professional, if you will, like craftsman, actual craftsman. I have built a few things, and clearly I don't have a huge shop with a full-on setup here. But I'm pretty good at using what we got. For the most part, anyways. There's always room to learn and grow and all that fun stuff, no matter what way you look at it. I'm definitely not afraid to jump in and try to make something happen, even if you don't have the quote-unquote perfect setup. And of course, let's just check here. That's only at 12 inches. Do this. There we go. That might be smart. Now, I will come out roughly about 1/8 of an inch off of that because I know I'm not on my teeth. Just trying to eyeball her as close as I can get her. It's pretty good to me. Clamp her down. I got it. Okay. So my miter saw's cut down. Sorry, I keep stepping in front of the fan. This is not registering. Okay, anyways, I got my miter saw clamped down, and all that jazz. I think what we can do is maybe reposition our camera here so I get this moved yet again. And maybe get us a different angle of all the cuts. This will be fun. I don't want to get this in the way. I do want to get something cool. Okay, I think that'll do. Guess we'll find out, yeah. This stuff out of the way so I can build my stack. And we need 24. And we are at 14, right? Let's double check that again. We are indeed at 14. My God. All right, good rule of thumb. Make sure your stuff isn't in the way first. As per the use. Okay, good rule of thumb, as I was trying to say, is to make your end cut first. There we go. Need a little extra support. There we go. Fresh, great cut there. Numero uno. Whoop. Isn't that cute? It's a tiny little bit. Out of one board, we got 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I cannot count. 5 cuts. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Missed. Actually blowing sawdust right up in my face. I guess we're stuck on me now. I don't know what happened. Okay. Hmm. Oh, that should be what, 15? Timber. All right, one more board. Now, we'll keep this piece of scrap just in case, but if we don't need it, then I'll use it for something else. I guess this is following my hand now. I apologize. All right, so now we got to come back over here because I'm about to try to get all that sawdust cleaned up, which is annoying. As well as this camera sand and the camera not doing what I want it to do, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see here. Now it should track. Track what exactly? Guess we'll find out. So where? Again, we shall find out. Really wish I had some dust collection because this sucks. Well, and space too, because all this was out in my backyard. Literally on the back porch. Oh no. Exhilarating. So much fun playing cleanup after trying to actually be productive. Okay, good enough. Good enough. It's good enough. All right, so now we have our 24 pieces cut, and let's just kind of figure out, get a good visual idea of what we're doing here. But yet again, because we only have one true kind of work surface here, we get to move everything around. My favorite thing to do, play Tetris with all my tools. The bad thing is, one, not set up for a wood shop. I do have some wood tools. Are they the best? No. Is the space the best? Definitely not. But this space also has my laser engraver, my office, my hangout spot. As a matter of fact, speaking of hanging out, the OKC Thunder game is this evening, which is part of the other reason too why I'm trying to keep the space as clean as possible. If it was any other regular time, I'd probably still keep it clean, but maybe not worry about the floors and stuff so much. But I really don't want everything trapped inside my house. As best as possible, anyways. Okay. Get you. I am stoked to see how we do tonight, though. And for now, we'll just put you over here until we move you again. Oh, there's a big pile. Icky. Come on. All right. Now I think we're good. Okay, so the idea again is, if you're just hopping on, today we're getting most of our preliminary stuff cut and an idea of our layout for making some custom shutters. So we have some 5.5-inch board that we cut to 14 inches long. Let me try to see what this looks like. And they are going to be just under 6 foot if I did all my calculations right. So now, doesn't mean that I did, so you never know. But the idea is to kind of go for a more modern aesthetic for this house wall, bringing a little bit of rustic charm. So, which is why we went with cedar. And what I'm going to do is use like a red stain to really bring out the back, which is what I'm laying out right now. And I apologize, you don't really have a good view. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I will be mixing and matching these later. But like I said, I do want to kind of get an idea what we're working on here. Of course, naturally, I still have too much stuff on my table. Naturally. Because why not? You can never have too many tools and things without having enough workspace, right? All right, this fan's got to go. I was trying to keep cool with it, but just wasn't working out. All right, now we have all 12 of these lined out. Actually, it does already look pretty cool. And then I'm going to grab these boards here that I have. See here, I know that one's straight, not straight, but Whew, some of these are crooked. So I cut these out and had left them on my back porch, thinking that it would be dry enough down there or back there, but no. Oh no, ain't none of these gonna work. So we'll definitely probably have to cut new framing trim. I was hoping that I'd get away with using these, but most of them are, all of them might be actually in very terrible warped shape. Like I can't even get one with the straight line. God dang. Oh, it's super crooked. Oh look, here's one. Not so bad. Okay, I got two more. Oh. I will be able to use some of those on like runners. Wouldn't be too bad. Cool. Okay, let me bring you over as best as I can without ripping anything out. Oh. And as I do that, I'll start doing so. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but here's kind of our visual representation and our top boards there that is going to be framing our shutters out. They're actually going to be painted black or stained black. We haven't decided just yet, but and then like I said, the back is going to be more of a red color. So looking forward to that. It's going to look really good. I'm excited. Unfortunately, I am going to have to hop off of here and get my life together. I still need to do some follow-up on some customer orders, and I need to run to Lowe's, as a matter of fact, to pick up more material for this stuff, so, and get things cleaned up because it looks like it's about to rain. I apologize for the bad lighting and possibly the bad audio. I guess we'll find out, but be on the lookout. If you're watching this a little bit later on, I will be trying to post this entire project start to finish on what we're doing and what it's going to look like from here in-house to the actual application. So appreciate you guys coming to take a look at it. Once again, my name is John Thetford. Trying to do some cool stuff. So peace, love, and chicken grease. Goodbye. That was a weird outro, and I apologize. We just suffered through that together.